The quote by Benjamin Franklin that old habits die hard is true, because a habit, whether good or bad, becomes more and more ingrained in a person over time. And when it comes to building healthy habits, small decisions add up with time. Creating a healthy daily routine is a simple yet productive way to build consistency when it comes to your health. Not only does daily routine impact your overall health, it has a direct impact on your stress levels, sleep habits, and eating patterns. Everything from what you do first thing in the morning to what you do last at night plays a major role in your overall health. Although it can be tempting to change everything at once, focusing on small habits and doing them on a daily basis is the best way to make a healthy daily routine and healthy daily habits. And this enables healthy daily habits last for the long term. Therefore, by definition, a habit is something that is done regularly or repeatedly. Creating regular healthy habits is essential for our health. Doing habits frequently and regularly is how they are most beneficial. So, in today's video, I will be sharing with you 6 healthy habits you can start today in order to improve your life. If you're new to our channel, do consider subscribing and click on the notification button. It's for you, so when we make new videos, you'll be notified immediately. Number 1. Make time to exercise. Other than improving your physical health, working out regularly pumps up creativity and enhances your cognitive skills such as recollection and retention of information. It's also an effective way to build endurance and get energized. If you're still not convinced, you should know that exercising also elevates mood by boosting the production of endorphins, those hormones that act as a natural antidepressants. Developing the habits of exercising regularly is not only good for your mental health, but it also boosts your internal body system. Number 2. Take time out of social media. It is no news that the digital world has taken over almost every aspect of our daily lives. Studies have revealed that the average person has 5 social media accounts and spends at least 1 hour and 40 minutes every day checking on social media platforms. Research also shows that the more time you spend on a social media site, the more likely you are to develop depression. More so, the blue rays from our mobile phones are harmful to our eyes. Thus, there is a need for you to limit or take time to cut back from social media in order to reduce stress and mental clutter. Switch off your phone and laptop for a few hours every day to improve your mood and reconnect with the world around you. Heck, you're doing your gadgets a favor anyways. Inasmuch as your systems, gadgets, are made to be robust and long-lasting, you should so often give them a time out. When we say the longer you spend on social media, the more likely you are to develop depression, it's because of what you see. Eventually, you will come across bad or nasty news. Take for instance, if you're scrolling through Instagram, you might come across certain events that have occurred. Events that you have no power to control. This can make you feel bad for the victims and also weigh you down. Or even still on Instagram, scrolling through the feeds and discovering that your life isn't so great when compared to other people. People like millionaires and billionaires who apparently have it all. This can make you depressed. Or if you go to Twitter, going through all the tweets, you could come across posts that discourage you from love or that make you insecure. When these things happen, you are likely to get depressed or likely to get acquainted to a negative emotion. So do yourself a favor and stay off social media. Number 3. Reading books. There is one big reason why we advocate for reading printed books. The light from the television and electronic devices affects you at night. That aside, reading books has been documented to provide several benefits. For instance, reading books helps you to increase your vocabulary as well as broaden your knowledge about different subjects. Also, when you read books, you can learn from other people's experience and view things from various perspectives, which is necessary during decision making. And Adage says, in quotes, "Readers are leaders. Great readers are great leaders." End of quote. Number 4. Learn to say thank you. Have you ever lent a hand of assistance to someone, then they said thank you? How did you feel? Well, I bet you must have felt great about yourself. After all, being appreciated is said to make humans feel valuable. If being appreciated makes you feel good, then don't you think it would be nice if you also made others feel good too by appreciating them? You can experience much positive change by showing appreciation. Not only will this make the other person feel right about himself or herself, but it also has an impact on you. When you appreciate someone, you're essentially acknowledging that they've done something right. When the person receives it, they feel good knowing that they are valued. On your part, you've just made someone feel valuable and probably brought a smile on their face. And who knows, that might have been all they needed to stop themselves from committing suicide. Imagine making someone smile every day. If you get to value people, you will see more of their right side, because your display of gratitude will make them want to show you and others more of their right sides. You will therefore have increased number of people acting right and being useful to others. This equates to a better world. And just imagine, it starts with you saying thank you. Number 5. Eating healthy. The saying, "you only live once," has been translated by several people to mean various things. For some people, YOLO is a reason, perhaps an excuse, for eating more than one is expected to consume. Though that might be a case of justifying a bad habit, there is a truth in the statement itself. Your body is not made of woods and bricks. It is made of bone, tissues, and blood, and you only have one chance to keep it fit. Although your body needs food for sustenance, foods ought to be taken in the right proportion. If thirsty, use water and not processed fruit juice. If you want juice, make fresh juice at home. This way you avoid chemical preservatives and get the full nutritional value of the fruit itself. As advised by a doctor, eat a balanced diet. Number 6. Avoiding debt. Many individuals treat debts with levity, but debt is a huge problem. Not only will it rob you of your esteem, it also steals your peace of mind and can lead to an early grave. Although getting into certain debts are for a greater good, like a student loan or microfinance loan for business. But what happens when you somewhat can't repay the debts? As much as you can, avoid getting into debts. While debts may not be wholly avoidable, you can certainly keep it to a minimum and take them for the right reasons. Debts cause depression and stress, so it is relatively safe to say a debt-free life is a stress-free life. It was Indian lawyer and political ethicist Mahatma Gandhi who said that your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. Your habits are essential to the overall outcome of your life. Thus, if you want to lead a prosperous life, you must practice healthy habits. In this video, I will share with you 6 simple healthy habits that will change your life forever. If you're new here, do consider subscribing. Number 1. Drinking water regularly. Most times, in a bid to stay hydrated, people take other fluids that is not water. But scientists have advised that if it is not water, don't drink it. Of course, we make exceptions for morning coffee or tea and the occasional glass of wine with dinner. However, during the day, it should be all water. Taking water at intervals during the day is one habit that can not only keep you hydrated but also keep you energized. If the idea of taking water frequently seems boring to you, you can add some fresh fruit, cucumber, or mint just for the fun of things. Things like juice, soda, and sports drinks are packed with sugar, which, as far as our bodies are concerned, are empty calories. They don't fill us up, yet they always let us down. Number 2. Waking up early. Waking up early is one of the best ways to be more productive. Not only does waking up early afford you the chance to begin a productive day, it also gives you time to meditate and prepare your mind for the day's job ahead. Imagine having to wake up late all the time. You wake up and you realize that you have only about 10 minutes to get to work, and it usually takes you 15, and that's with you taking the train. There are lots of advantages to waking up early, so much that we can't cover it in one video. We'd have to create an entire episode on that, but we won't jump the gun just yet. Now back to it. Many of the world's most successful entrepreneurs are early risers. People like Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, and many other notable individuals in today's world have reported being up from bed by at most 5:30 in the morning. Although learning to get up early is quite tedious, your body system will need some time to adjust, but once you make it a habit, you will never look back. Number 3. Getting at least 7 hours of sleep. Don't be deceived into thinking that success requires you to lose sleep always. Indeed, there are days when the need may rise that you have to forego a couple of hours of sleep. But sleep deprivation should not become a habit. Let me rephrase that. It should never become a habit. According to the National Institute of Health, chronic sleep deprivation can negatively affect your memory, focus, speech, and learning. If it goes on for too long, it can even give you brain damage, increase your risk of chronic illnesses, and cause premature death. Getting plenty of rest will improve your memory, eliminate brain fog, and increase clarity. If you find it challenging to adapt to a good sleeping pattern, you can opt for phone apps. There are plenty of cell phone apps that can help you track your sleeping schedule. Or you could try hypnotherapy methods to help you get a good night's rest. Ultimately, never forget that early to bed and early to rise makes the body healthy, strong, and wise. Number 4. Meditating daily. Meditating is scientifically proven to be helpful to your health and well-being in so many ways. Sadly, the National Institute of Health reports that only around 8% of the United States adult population practice meditation. According to an article in Psychology Today, meditation decreases stress, depression, anxiety, and increases your ability to focus, as well as improves memory and much more. When you meditate, your mind is open to truly appreciate the gifts of life that you would ordinarily not see. For example, life, family, and even peace. There is something extraordinary about finding peace and being in the present moment in this chaotic, fast-paced, and rushed world that we live in. So, burn some incense or grab some essential oils, sit down, and renew your mind. Number 5. Plan your morning routine. Maybe you like to go for a run, or perhaps you want to meditate, or write, or pray, or enjoy a glass of coffee while listening to an awesome podcast. Whatever it is that makes you feel supercharged, you should kickstart your day with that habit. Establishing a meaningful morning ritual helps you start your day on a positive, proactive, and well-organized note. Having a structured start to your day instead of rushing to make up for the lost time also helps to eliminate stress, mental fatigue, and enhances your productivity. If you want to get the best out of life, plan your morning routine and be sure to start with laying your bed. Number 6. Doing things one at a time. Do you know that according to research, only 2% of people in the world can multitask successfully? Yet a handful of individuals in the world today label themselves as multitaskers. What people do is juggle through activities, stress their brains, and end up merely busy rather than productive. Constant juggling between tasks limits your focus and contributes to the mental mess by making it difficult for your brain to filter out irrelevant informations. Furthermore, a study conducted by Stanford University revealed that heavy multitasking lowers efficiency and may impair your cognitive control. This is why you should try to single task as much as possible. Start with what's most essential and make your way down to completing your scheduled activities, one task at a time. American journalist Charles Duhigg once said, "Change may not be fast, and it is never always easy, but with time and effort, almost any habit can be reshaped." The effects of these healthy habits may not be immediate, but in the nearest future, you will be perplexed at the positive changes you will begin to see in your life. The world places value on making money because money gives you access to a lot of good things in life. If you have money, you can drive a good car, travel to any part of the world, eat good food, and enjoy all luxuries that money can afford. According to Huffington Post, people want to become rich in order to provide a special experience for themselves and the people they love, to be able to influence causes that are dear to them, and also to leave a legacy in honor of what they believe in. The reasons vary and are quite endless. Some people want to be rich because society honors and admires wealthy people. The big question is, how does one become rich? Getting rich requires a lot of consistent hard work and sacrifice. This explains why not so many people are rich. According to Forbes, there are only 2,095 billionaires in the entire world, but yet there are over 7 billion people in the world. In this video, I will be sharing with you 5 things you have to sacrifice in order to be rich. While it's not a sure guarantee, it certainly boosts your chances. If you're new to our channel, do consider subscribing. Number 1. Your time. In order to be rich, you have to sacrifice a lot of your time. No one gets rich overnight. It is a gradual process that can take years. According to P.T. Barnum, money is good for nothing unless you know the value of it by experience. You'll have to dedicate your time studying money and how money works while your mates are off doing other things. You will learn patience through a series of failed investments and acknowledge in your heart that it will not happen overnight. If you persevere well enough, in a few years you would be glad that you did. Getting rich is beyond getting a job. A job could be gotten in a week or a month, but getting rich takes time. Anyone who desires to be rich has to make this great sacrifice. Number 2. Your comfort. We all desire to be rich, but many of us value our comfort too much. According to Market Watch Post, to build riches, most rich people drove older cars, had modest homes, did not travel as much as they would have loved to, and worked so much that it took away time from their social life and family. The pathway to riches appears to be a narrow one. Therefore, it may not be a pleasant thing for most people to have money and not be able to afford the things that they want to because they want to invest in the future. The future always appears very far off to many, and the indulgence of today may seem contingent. But in order to become rich, you must place aside your comfort as a priority and focus your resources on a long-term investment. Number 3. Early gratification. On your journey to wealth, you must avoid early or premature gratification. A car might seem like fun right now, a Rolex watch, or even a new pair of Nike shoes. But do you actually need them right now? Continually asking yourself these hard questions can help keep your desires in check. According to Brian Tracy, American-Canadian public speaker, the ability to discipline yourself to delay gratification in the short term so as to enjoy greater rewards in the long term is the indispensable prerequisite for success. Your present desires in your pursuit for riches have to be sacrificed for the future. If you delay gratification, you will eventually get what you want after all. According to Paul Coelho, we are all capable of achieving whatever we want and need. Early gratification can lead to mismanagement of your scarce resources, so you must avoid it at all costs. Number 4. Having an understanding of who you are. If who you are right now is the best version of yourself, would you want to change it? Probably not. Many of us look at the rich and successful people around us and feel intimidated. If this is you, this video is not for you. You can stop watching now. Thank you. Bye-bye. But if you aren't one to feel intimidated because of the wealthy around you, then keep watching. You have to let go of who you are and embrace who you want to be. You need to think of yourself in terms of a work in progress, like software. Your current version needs updates and bug fixes. Your current version has not made you rich, so you need to accept that as a reality. There is no gain in being dishonest to yourself. Evaluate yourself. What are your core weaknesses? How has it affected both your trajectory and quality of life? How can you improve so much that you achieve your goal of becoming rich? According to the research by Harvard Business Review, when we see ourselves clearly, we are more confident and more creative. We make better decisions, build stronger relationships, and communicate more effectively. Having an understanding of who you are is a step towards becoming who you want to be. Number 5. Your toxic friends. Who exactly do you call friends? Are they ambitious and hardworking people who read regularly? Do they invest? Or do they have time for parties? Do they save a percentage of their monthly income? Or do they spend it all? If your friends don't fit these descriptions, you may have to reconsider your relationship. According to American motivational speaker Robert Cheek, your friends may influence your decisions even more than your parents ever will. Friends can be toxic, so if your friends are not actively making you better, you should be better off without them. It is common for successful people to cut down on their inner circle. This is because your inner circle should decrease in size but increase in value. The quality of friends and individuals you keep determines a lot about the things that you do. This determines a lot of things about yourself. If you surround yourself with big dreamers, you too will dream big and do what is necessary. If all your friends are working towards being rich, they naturally will be putting the work required, and in extension, so will you. So to that, choose your friends wisely. As exciting as getting old and being independent may seem, not everyone wants to grow up. For many young people in their 20s, growing up is a trap into responsibilities that they are not prepared for. However, getting aged is an inevitable part of life. Hence, you must accept every phase and its uniqueness and strive to be a better person as you grow. In this video, I will share with you things to stop before you clock 30. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed, do consider subscribing, and you can also click on the notification button, that little bell icon, so whenever we have new videos, you will be notified. Things to stop as you approach the age of 30. Number 1. Giving up on the first try. True, you can't always get what you want, but when you genuinely desire to have something, you don't just take no for an answer without giving it another try. When you don't get it, try again. If you don't still get it, try again. You can't afford to be weak-hearted in your 30s. Number 2. Depending on your parents for money. Although your parents may not mind giving it to you, you can't be overly dependent on them. Instead of randomly collecting cash from them, take loans. Take loans? That seems quite harsh, but there's a trick to it. You see, the knowledge that you're a debtor will limit your asking and also propel you to work harder and smarter. At least that's the general belief. Number 3. Eating only junk food. At the age of 30, it's time to start paying more attention to the food you eat. The effect of accumulated junk food on a person's health is unbelievable. Thus, you have to reduce your junk food intake and option for more homemade meals and fruits. Number 4. Running from responsibility. In your 20s, you ought to have started learning the act of taking responsibility. And as you clock 30, you're supposed to have mastered the act. Passing blames onto people and circumstances does not show maturity. Hence, you must stop the blame game and accept your faults. Number 5. Overspending. If at this age, your expenses are more than your income, be prepared to live a life of poverty. No man becomes rich when his expenditure surpasses his income. You must always know your limits. You must learn to live not within your means, but below your means, so that you can have a portion to save and invest. Number 6. Not exercising. Keeping fit does not only make you physically fit, but it also enhances your mental faculty. Even if it is something as simple as going for a walk every morning, be sure to exercise yourself regularly. Number 7. Sleeping away your weekend. Though it may seem like a good idea, sleeping away your weekend is terrible. Instead of overworking on weekdays and spending the weekend catching up on your sleep, get regular sleep on weekdays and spend your weekend having fun and being productive. This way you get to feel more younger and agile. Number 8. Constantly getting drunk. Going out for a party, drinking and having fun is great. But getting so drunk that you blank out is not so much fun, especially when you are already 30. You see, as you grow older, your hangovers will worsen, and this is not good for your health. Number 9. Obsessing over social media. Like, seriously? You're 30 and you still post everything that goes on in your life on social media. Well, the only way you are permitted to post your activities is when uploading it to a source of income for you. Maybe as a YouTuber, for instance. Otherwise, quit exposing yourself, your privacy, and everything about your life to the whole world. It's not such a good idea. Number 10. Ignoring savings plans. At the age of 30, a lot would have happened in your younger days. But you see, 30 is a time to make plans for your future, your spouse, and your kids. assuming you don't already have them already. But nonetheless, you will be a parent at some point if you're not. And you know you need to start saving and investing so you can be able to keep up with the demands. It's never too early to begin saving for your kids. And don't forget the missus. Every once in a while, every now and then, you will be required to give her a little bit of outing fee, if you know what I mean. So you see, saving is very important and vital. Unless you're a billionaire, of course, then no, even if you're a billionaire, savings is still important. Number 11. Cancelling plans in the last minute. It is quite understandable if you cancel appointments for a genuine 11th hour emergency. Still, be ethical enough to send messages across. However, if you are in the habit of cancelling plans because you keep forgetting appointments or you just no longer fall into the mood, then you are seriously flawed and you need to change. Number 12. Having multiple sex partners. Hey, you're 30. It's about time you quit having those flings and start thinking of settling down. It may seem like fun to not be committed, but really it isn't. Because having a meaningful relationship is what you need to grow at this point. Think about it for a second. Having multiple sexual partners is quite dangerous. Sexually, health-wise, and spiritually. When you have multiple sex partners, the chances of acquiring a large range of STDs increases, and you can never really tell what's going on in another person's head. It's always wise to settle down with one person. I do hope that you consider this. Number 13. Keeping bad friends. It is better not to have friends at all than to have toxic and harmful friends around you. You do not need such vibes at this point in your life. If a relationship is draining you or destroying your morality, you have to cut off from it. Bad friends at such an age as 30 can be very devastating. You need to surround yourself with people, friends, individuals that will help you grow, not take you down the lane of bad health and bad life choices. Keeping bad friends is a complete no-no. Lastly, but not the least, number 14. Close-mindedness. The best way to learn new things is with an open mind. Open up your mind to learn and take in information without being judgmental. When you're closed-minded, you will find it troublesome to learn and explore new things. You're close to 30, or probably already 30, or even above 30. The point is, you need to open up your mind more than ever before. Bear in mind that even though you do keep to these things mentioned, you can never attain perfection. Perfection is not the idea, it's not the point of this video. No human can be perfect. The general concept of this video is to make you understand that as you grow older, much is expected from you, and your future self will thank your current self for the life choices you made at the age of 30. So when you make mistakes, don't sulk. Just move on. A man doesn't fundamentally change when the clock strikes 30. Who you are at 30 is much more a product of your experiences and development throughout your formative 20s. In this video, I will share with you things everyone should do before clocking 30. At least, if you can do them, of course. Number 1. Love yourself. As you approach the age of 30, you need to learn how to love yourself. Stop comparing yourself with others and start being self-sufficient. Accept the reality of who you are and work towards being a better version of you. And most importantly, learn to enjoy your own company. Number 2. Start saving for retirement. It may seem too early to start saving up, but it is never too early to plan for retirement. No matter how little the amount is, it doesn't matter because every penny counts. In order to make savings a little bit more easy, you can adapt the wisdom of the ancient Babylonians by keeping 1/10 of each of thy earnings. If you start this behavioral pattern in your 20s, you'll be surprised what those little amounts will sum up to later in the future. Number 3. Break bad habits. Research has shown that after your 30s, it is very difficult to change a particular character. Hence, the time to stop those bad habits, such as poor sleep or food cycle, taking excessive alcohol, lying, passing blames, and other bad habits, the time to stop those bad habits are before you turn 30. If you don't quit these bad habits now, the struggle to change might get tough in the days ahead. Number 4. Visit a different city, even if only once. Traveling to a different city may look like it's a massive deal, especially if you have lived all your life in a particular state. But at least once, you should be able to experience life differently. You are young and without a family to cater for. There is no better time to see the world than now. Rachel Walchin once said, "If we were meant to stay in one place, we would have roots and not feet." Number 5. Learn to say no. Saying yes to every proposal is an attitude of a man or woman who does not know what he or she wants. Before you turn 30, you must have disciplined yourself enough to distinguish between offers that have a positive impact in your life and the ones that are a total waste of time and resources, and you should be able to reject the latter. Number 6. Take responsibility for a younger person. There's a sense of responsibility that comes to you when there is someone who looks up to you. Never mind if you are the last or only child, you can always find a younger person around whom you can be responsible for. Taking responsibility is not only limited to providing material care, but it can also be through words of advice or even via your lifestyle. This particular act will prepare you for when you get married and eventually begin to father or mother your kids. Number 7. Do something you dread. Are you scared of heights? Then you should go skydiving. If you have a phobia for water, then go swimming. Well, not without assistance, of course. But wait. Does that sound right? Why should I go skydiving if I'm afraid of heights, and go swimming if I have a phobia for the water? Well, the thing is, when you conquer your fears, you have a bolder approach in life. And when you have a bolder approach of life, then you will realize that the sky is not your limit. The main point is that before you turn 30, get outside, put yourself in the hands of trained professionals, and experience that terrifying feeling of being this close to staring death in the face. Being able to face your fear brings a certain level of closure to life. Number 8. Date someone with an opposite personality type. There are two things involved in doing this. You will either have a great time or a terrible time. If the former is the case, then you probably found yourself a spouse. Whereas, if it is the latter, then the relationship will end and you have to move on. All in all, you will learn to adapt and persevere. Number 9. Volunteer for a cause. Don't just go through life searching for high-paying jobs. Find something that you are very passionate about and make efforts to help others. Whether it is mental health, gender equality, or safe sex. Just seek to give back to society by rendering free services through that cause. Number 10. Learn to live with other people. So, maybe your life was confined while growing up as a kid. Here is a time to change it. Before you turn 30, you ought to learn how to live with people. You could stay in the colored room or move in with a group of friends for a while. Staying with others will help you build an essential career skill. That is people skill, as you will have to learn to adapt to different characters and personality types. Number 11. Find a side gig. You're getting to 30, man. You cannot rely on your regular day job. If you have a car, then you should get registered on Uber or Lyft. Do you know how to make household repairs? Be the neighborhood handyman. Render a service and get extra bucks. It's far better than relying on one source of income. American author Napoleon Hill once said, "Do not wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command, and better tools will be found as you go along." This T. Harv Eker, an American author, businessman, and motivational speaker, once said, "Rich people are committed to being rich, while poor people want to be rich." To become wealthy or to become a millionaire, you need to understand that it is all about consistently nurturing the right habits. If you want to become a millionaire, then you have to work for it, because no one will wake up one morning and decide to give you $1 million, except you've worked for it. Every millionaire understands the words of the American entrepreneur and author Jim Rohn, which says, in quotes, "If you don't design your life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plans, and guess what they have planned for you? Not much." Designing your life means developing yourself, which involves learning, growing, and developing specific skills that are peculiar to millionaires. In this video, I'll share with you the skills every future millionaire must have. If you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing. Number 1. How to become a master in your field. According to Chef Jiro, a Japanese chef and owner of Sukuyabashi Jiro, in quotes, "You must immerse yourself in your work. You have to fall in love with your work. You must dedicate your life to mastering your skill. That's the secret of success." End of quote. If you want to become successful, if you want to become a millionaire, you have to show the world that as far as your field is concerned, you are the go-to person. When people perceive you to be an expert in your area, they will be willing to pay you so much money to have you attend to their needs. The more problems you solve in that field, the more potential customers and clients you get, the more your network increases, and the more money you earn. It's that simple. Tony Robbins said, "Most people have no idea of the giant capacity we can immediately command when we focus all of our resources on mastering a single area of our lives." Number 2. How to sell. Every millionaire knows that selling is a massive part of life and that everyone is either selling or buying. Millionaires, however, pick the side of sales because they know that the more they sell, the more money they make. Unfortunately, people consider selling manipulation rather than rationalized persuasion. Millionaires understand that the key to selling is making people see the value of the product or service. To learn how to sell, you can either read books, take courses, or attend sales and branding seminars. That is if you are willing to put in the work to become a millionaire. Number 3. How to market. Marketing, unlike sales, has to do with the buyers. Here's the thing, selling deals with the need of the seller, while marketing deals with the need of the buyers. When you create an incredible product, for instance, your aim as the producer is to make money from selling your products, right? Right. When you market something, on the other hand, you market it as a solution to a problem. So, while sales have to deal with making profits for the producer, marketing has to deal with satisfying the customers. Hence, the need to know how to market becomes vital. Number 4. How. According to award-winning entrepreneur and keynote speaker Suzanne Solvik, people do business with people they know, like, and trust. How do you get more people to know and trust you? Simple, networking. Robert T. Kiyosaki once said that the richest people in the world look for and build networks. Everyone else looks for work. Marinate on that for a minute. Networking is giving people a chance to see how valuable you are to them, or at least how valuable you can be. It's about showing people that they can trust you and trust you to meet their needs as far as your field is concerned. It's not about what you can get from people, but what you can do for them. Christine Lynch said, in quotes, "Networking is marketing. Marketing yourself, your uniqueness, and what you stand for." End of quote. Number 5. Emotional intelligence. Knowing human nature is the key to success. Emotional intelligence is the key to improving your effectiveness. Being emotionally intelligent means that you have to understand motivation, body language, tone of voice, tact, diplomacy, empathy, and everything related to emotional intelligence in order to effectively communicate and network with others. Joshua Fredman, a specialist on emotional intelligence and the chief executive officer of 6 Seconds, said, in quotes, and this quote is actually a very long one. He said, "Emotional intelligence is a way of recognizing, understanding, and choosing how we think, feel, and act. It shapes our interactions with others and our understanding of ourselves. It defines how and what we learn. It allows us to set priorities. It determines the majority of our daily actions. Research suggests it is responsible for as much as 80% of the success in our lives." End of quote. Number 6. Self-development. Millionaires keep learning because they know that they cannot grow without learning. And if they don't grow, they won't make money anymore. So instead of spending the entire day getting entertained on social media or watching TV, they invest in themselves. They read books, take courses, attend classes, go for seminars, and things like that, all in a bid to learn more about their field and other relevant subjects that they can facilitate on and grow. Brian Tracy said, "Personal development is a major time saver. The better you become, the less time it takes for you to achieve your goals." Number 7. How to manage money. Remember, we're still talking about skills that every future millionaire must have. According to American author and entrepreneur T. Harv Eker, the single biggest difference between financial success and financial failure is how well you manage your money. It's simple, really. In order to master money, you must manage money. End of quotes. Millionaires know how to manage money. That is why they remain millionaires for long. But guess what? They started managing money before they actually became millionaires. And that's why they were able to become one in the first place. As Eker said, you have to learn how to master money in order to become a millionaire. Number 8. How to manage time. Alan Lanking said, time equals life. Therefore, waste your time and you waste your life. Master your time and you master your life. End of quote. Time is valuable and millionaires know this, which is why they learn to manage their time effectively. They often start their day by setting goals and prioritizing each task for the day. However, this is not a habit that they began when they became millionaires. Their effective use of time led to the millionaire status. M. Scott Peck said, "Until you value yourself, you will not value your time. Until you value your time, you will not do anything with it." Number 9. Self-discipline. One might be tempted to think that millionaires are the least disciplined people because they have so much money that they can decide to lavish whenever they want to. Sorry to burst your bubbles, they are anything but undisciplined. Also, millionaires understand that it takes discipline to achieve their goals. It takes control to go to work when everyone else is having fun. It takes discipline to stay up late and wake up early because you actually have goals to accomplish within a stipulated time. According to Jim Rohn, in quotes, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishments. End of quote. Number 10. How to lead. Every successful person is a leader in their field. They are people that influence and command authority in their respective fields. They understand that they must follow great leaders as they become one themselves. They know when to take responsibility and initiative when tough situations occur. Most importantly, they know how to inspire not only themselves but others as well, even when all hope is lost. Millionaires understand that leadership is a way of life and a way of thinking. They understand that it is not an opportunity to control and rule over people. Instead, it is an opportunity to help people and help them solve their problems. Colin Powell once said, in quotes, "Leadership is solving problems. The day soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day you stop leading them. They have either lost confidence that you can actually help, or they've concluded that you do not care. Whichever the case may be, either case is a failure of leadership." Being self-employed often provides professionals with greater freedom and flexibility. Little wonder people are beginning to embrace self-employment better than they did in the past. As the boss of yourself, you get to set your rates and time to work. You can either decide to work long hours or short hours. You also get to pursue your passion and make money all on your terms. So here's the thing, as long as you have a good work ethic, you can easily find a rewarding, profitable, self-employed job that will pay you well. In this video, I'll share with you the top 10 lucrative, fun, self-employed jobs. If you're new here, do consider subscribing and click on the notification button. Number 1. Personal Trainer. Nearly everyone cares about the state of their well-being. They care about their health and their body. However, only a few know how to achieve their health goals. So, if you have a passion for fitness and enjoy helping people improve their lives, you can consider working as a personal trainer. The average salary of a personal trainer is about $20 per hour. As a personal trainer, your job description is to instruct clients on how best to perform exercises and monitor their progress. You can also create a healthy meal guide to help them better with their fitness journey. Diet. Number 2. Online merchant. If you have a product or two that you can sell online, then you can consider becoming an online merchant, trading on the available online marketplaces available in your country. You can even help people sell their products via your account, because the more items that you sell, the more money you make. And for every sale that you close for them, you obviously get a commission. Number 3. Photographer. As a professional photographer, you can make an average salary of $14.45 per hour. For many people, photography is just a hobby. However, if you are interested in becoming self-employed, you can turn your photographing skills into a valuable skill. And all you need to do is know how to take beautiful pictures of people, places, and objects for organizations or individuals. You can decide to specialize in one or more areas of photography, like weddings, photojournalism, wildlife, and many more. To work as a self-employed photographer, you should first build your portfolio by photographing events, places, and people all around you, so that you can have a lot of samples in your portfolio. Because the right sample pictures will help you attract your kind of customer. Number 4. Event planner. All year round, people organize and celebrate all kinds of events, from weddings to anniversaries, graduations, birthdays, holidays, fashion shows, and so much more. As an event planner, your responsibility will be to reserve venues, decorate the space, arrange for food, entertainment, post-event cleanup, and much more. Although planning events for individuals is quite profitable, offering services to businesses is much more productive. Companies routinely hold events for their employees, including events meant to boost morale, such as parties and dinners. Imagine becoming the go-to event planner for large companies with huge revenues, or even any company. Just imagine yourself being their go-to person. You'll be making a name for yourself. And hey, the average salary of an event planner is about $34,740 annually. Number 5. Social media specialists. As a social media specialist, you can earn as much as $13.9 per hour. That's about $14 per hour. Your responsibility is to use marketing strategies to build and manage an online page. You build and manage this online channel or page on several social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and so on and so forth. If you have in-depth knowledge in social media marketing, including how to drive organic and paid engagement, not the robots. If you also have the ability to interpret analytics, then this is a self-employment kind of job that you should consider. Number 6. Developer. A developer uses coding language to design, install, test, and maintain systems, build websites, and so much more. If you are interested in becoming a developer, you can take courses, study, and read books about programming. Trust me, it's really fun. I'm a programmer, a developer. I write stuff. To start this business, Try creating designs for your family and friends who are running small businesses and can't afford top developers, like myself. I'm kidding, I'm affordable. I mean, as a developer for my services, of course. Moving on. You can use the experience to build an excellent profile for yourself that you can show to your potential clients, and they can start making inquiries. The average income of a developer is about $89,500 annually. Number 7. Makeup artist. As a makeup artist, you can specialize in different fields. You can become a special effects makeup artist or apply makeup for models and actors, brides, or even events like proms and other formal occasions. To be a professional makeup artist, you'd have to learn about cosmetology, know some of the best products to apply on other people's faces without causing allergies and reactions, and you also need to be skillful in the application of the makeup. I think it all boils down to that one. But of course, the rest is important. Important stuff. Makeup. Number 8. Business consultant. A business consultant earns an average of $65,892 annually. Something of that range. As a business consultant, you'll work with companies to help improve performance in certain areas, such as revenue growth, human resources, management, sales operations, marketing, and so much more. To be effective, however, you should be highly skilled and experienced in your area of expertise. You should also be able to measure and report performance in your field as well. It would also help to have excellent communication and presentation skills. That's always a plus. I do this one too, just in case you're wondering. If you guessed it, that's cool. That's cool. Number 9. Fashion designer. As a fashion designer, you can build your brand and sell your product, both offline and online. Although you'd need to do a lot of research when it comes to the marketing aspect of your field, mainly because the competition as a designer is high. You can build a profitable business quickly if you get the hang of it quickly. Also, it would help to figure out what kind of niche and target audience that you want to build. If you're unable to do this, building a brand might be difficult in this industry. Lastly, but not the least, number 10. Career coach. Your duty as a career coach is to help clients identify their possible career goals, develop new skills that would help improve them, and help them find new opportunities. To succeed in this business, however, you have to know some of the vital business strategies that can help your clients achieve their goals. You also have to have excellent listening skills and leadership qualities. Note that to build some of the mentioned businesses, you can start by interning with an expert, or you can take courses online to help you. In the beginning, you can make it a side hustle to give you enough time to build an excellent profile that would attract your potential customers and make them stay. Well, I guess what would really make them stay is your ability to deliver. Well, that's it. Top 10 most lucrative, fun, self-employed jobs that you can start today. Hope you found this useful or helpful. If you liked the video, click on the like button. You dislike it, click on the dislike button. And if you're new to this channel, do consider subscribing, share our videos, and with that, I bid you adieu.